Hi there, welcome to my channel where I take you on tours of unique spaces and alternative homes. Autumn is one of my favorite times of the year. I love to just cozy up with a nice cup of tea and some candles, and that's why this week I went on a solo getaway to a Viking style yurt. I promise you that this yurt is unlike any you've ever seen before. The inside is decked out with Nordic themes and mystical details, and it also features some luxury amenities that made it the perfect fall getaway. We're gonna meet the owners that are behind this incredible build, and I'm also gonna give you a sneak peek of my solo trip. All right, I just arrived at Jarl's Yurt, which is a Viking themed yurt just 1 hour outside of Seattle. So far, the first thing I've noticed is that it has amazing views of Mount Rainier and that they've added on this covered porch, which seems like a really great place for me to have my coffee in the morning and admire the view. But what I'm most excited for is to check out the inside. Oh my gosh, this place is incredible. They have this like euphoric music playing. It's totally setting the vibe for me. And the vibe is like Nordic, Lord of the Rings meets off-grid hunting cabin. I can't wait to hear from the owners about like how they built this thing and what the vision was.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Douglas, and this is the Jarl's Yurt at Folkvang. Why did we build a Viking yurt?
We like Vikings.
We do like Vikings. We love Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Vikings, Outlander. So we've always really enjoyed that vibe, you know, the aesthetic of it. It's also part of our heritage. We were trying to think of what we wanted to do to move out of the big city and get into the country life. Somehow or another, we stumbled upon this property, 11 acres that we live on, that we call Folkvang. The yurt was actually already on the property. It was just an empty shell that was here. And we thought, man, we can do something really cool with that. The construction took us almost a year to the day.
About a year, yeah.
Right? Every weekend, 12 hours a day. Every day after work, tested my carpentry skills with a few things out here. This ceiling was not that much fun. It was so bad. It was really gorgeous when it was done, but man, I will never forget the number 1076 because that's how many boards are up there on the ceiling.
So I found a lot of the pieces in here on Marketplace, antique stores. A lot of it finds me in weird ways, so it's like champagne taste on a beer budget kind of thing. My favorite part of the build would have been just seeing all the fine details come to life because I saw them in my head. And when you just have a base that's going up, it's hard to see those details, but that was, I think, the most magical part. It made it feel alive.
The retirement goal is to just live out here and be a Viking full-time. Yeah. They don't have to go to the corporate office anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
First thing I noticed coming in the front door, we're ready for battle, guys. Look at this, complete with Viking gear. It is a Viking yurt after all. This table is really interesting. It's clad in like some type of like hammered gold. And on this gorgeous table, I see a couple drinking horns. And I'm not gonna lie, I did bring a bottle of wine for later since I'm staying the night, so I'm gonna be using those. This place just like, I feel like I need a drink, you know, when I'm here. It's like what the Vikings do, right? Over here we have like a little kitchenette. We have a lot of like natural elements going on in here. I think everything in here might be made of wood. Pretty much everything, and it looks like there's a lot of hand carving. Underneath here we have wood bowls. So like I said, everything in here is made of wood or natural items. We got what looks like some cast iron cutlery. Oh, and of course, every kitchen needs an axe. Why not? I mean, don't you guys cook with an axe?
So I'm setting up a Jarl's Feast. In this kitchen space, this is all things that I built. So these are axes that I carved with Viking runes and motifs, that sort of thing. We really wanted to keep it super rustic, unique. You know, people don't often get to eat out of a wooden bowl or a wooden plate, that sort of thing. This is a redwood top. We built this, you know, we hand cut every one of these shingles in here. I hand cut, and they take 3 cuts per shingle. It's a lot of them. And there's 1,076 pieces of wood on the ceiling that I had to individually hand cut to do. So it's a lot of love that went into this. A lot of crying, a lot of beer was necessary to get through it as well. But my wife, whenever I would be crying on the floor, she was great. Sarah would bring me a beer and get me back up and kick me in the butt and tell me to keep going, to keep working. Almost all the wood in here is reclaimed cedar fence wood. Then the rope came in, you know, and it all ties it together because it's got that kind of Viking nautical feel along with all of it. And so, you know, it's a circular room, which is really weird to work with when in construction. But I think it worked out cool because it doesn't feel like any other space you've ever been in before.
I actually have no idea what is inside here. I'm a little afraid it's like some leg of lamb hanging up to dry. It just feels like that's something that would be in here, but let's find out together. Ooh, okay. How cute. Is cute the right word for Vikings? Probably not. Oh my God, how cozy does this bed look? Oh yeah. This is gonna be so nice tonight. Best thing about yurts, looking up at the skylight, the dome skylight that seems to be in every single yurt. And this one's really cool because they've incorporated a fan above. Because of the design of the wood, they've made it look actually like a sun, which is pretty cool effect. Bed's super cozy. You know, of course I'm sleeping under a dead animal. Sleeping under a dead animal and some branches. So I would say that I'm living my best forest life right now. I'm like a forest nymph. I'm pretty sure Viking culture, like politeness is to lift your pinky when drinking out of the horn, so. Over here we have a sitting area with the nice fire and dress up clothes. Pretty fun. Let me try this on. Hold on. Ooh. I automatically just went up like 10 badass points, I think. Is this a drum? Oh yeah, it is. And then bones, of course. I'm not a drummer, guys, but this is a really interesting musical instrument. We got different looking games on here. I don't know what these games are. Is this like a little Viking dude? I don't know. I also feel like we're gonna be doing some sort of sacrificial ceremonies tonight. And I wonder if all of these things are like handmade. What is this? Am I holding somebody's tooth? I don't know. All right, explain to me how to play this game. What is it called first?
So I call it Uruz. Uruz is a Viking rune. That's this one right here. It's a rune for combat and battle, that sort of thing. So usually you'd play with like triangle dice, but for this I got cow knuckle bones.
I thought those were teeth.
Yeah, they're cow knuckle bones. Rolling bones is kind of a gambling way to play, so it's kind of a cool thing to do. And the idea is we're trying to get all of our pieces off the board. You land on an opponent, and that's how you knock them off the board, and they have to start over again. And the first couple times my wife and I played it, she and I were both like slamming the table and laughing and having a good time. So cool. Yeah, and it's really fun. So it's something different between this, the chess, Neftoffel, which is a Viking version of chess. There's some unique things to do. We don't have a TV here, which is important because we want people to be able to connect with each other and do something that's unique and interesting, and this is one way we provide that.
Definitely gonna read up on Vikings later tonight because why not? I don't know much about Vikings, as you probably could tell from my short tour. So I'll be more educated tomorrow. Welcome, it's reading hour. We're going to be reading today this is wrong, the Viking Handbook. It actually says Handbok, I believe. H-O-N-D-B-O-K. Don't come for me, that's what it says. All right, so we're going to be learning about the proper way to wear women's hair, braid or cover up. for men's beard, it's basically the same. If there can be little bits of food in it, that's appreciated. So behind the bed, there's actually this partition wall. It's creating another space, and I'm wondering, is this where the bathroom is? Let's see. Okay, so it's not the bathroom, but it is a really cool changing room, and I see a comfy robe in there that I'm definitely gonna wear later. But that makes me wonder, where is the bathroom? I think I need to do some exploring outside. Oh wow, this is a whole nother space. Wow, this is like a full-on spa. I mean, we have a cold plunge, we have a sauna, we have a hot tub. It looks like a wood-fired hot tub. And an outdoor kitchen. This sink is rad. At first it looks like it's wood, but it's actually stone. This looks like almost like petrified wood. This is gonna be so nice for me to soak in later. I'm definitely gonna do the sauna and the hot tub, and I'm gonna try to work up the courage to do the cold plunge as well. I don't think they left any corner untouched. They thought about every little detail in this space. This has gotta be where the bathroom is, right? Let's check it out. That was the bathroom. Over here, I bet we have the shower. Wow, this outdoor shower is a lot bigger than I would expect. The stone flooring is very cool. This nice bench, beautiful big shower head and hand shower. It's really lovely and nice ambient lighting. So they did a great job with this.
So this is the Jarl's deck, as we like to call it. And it creates this super unique, immersive, again, traditional experience. Sauna is very Scandinavian, as well as, you know, cold plunging after you're done doing that. It's completely enclosed, it's private, and it gives us really cool, again, intimate space and not be distracted by phones or TVs or any of that other sort of stuff. We have the water fountains, which kind of add a little ambient noise, so you can't hear much of anything when you're sitting out here. It's really pretty remarkable. It makes you feel like you're a million miles away. So some of the fun things we have out here are these cool lanterns. These were handmade in Ukraine. I was so stoked when they showed up. They were really beautiful. We have this petrified wood sink that we found. Again, Sarah found it at some kind of a antiques and oddities sort of place, and it worked perfect for that space. The bar that's out here is built out of slabs of maple. A lot of this is just from finding cool things, unique pieces that add this lived-in look, like these ropes and the nets and all that sort of stuff. You know, you watch an episode of Vikings and they're not living with drywall and you know, really clean spaces. There's stuff like this because it's a fishing community, so we wanted to add that kind of lived-in feel to the space by putting these pieces in that soften it up, make it feel comfortable, again, lived in and authentic, so it really transports you to a different time, different place. I hand built all these doors. These are made from individual planks, and I've never built a door before, but figured out how to do it, and then I decided to make it really extra complicated and not make a square door, but to make a rounded top door with these straps, just kind of a classic medieval look. And these doors are super heavy duty. I think you could probably hit it with a battering ram and it's not gonna go anywhere. The wood burning technique that I use pretty much everywhere out here is called shusugiban. It is a Japanese technique generally, but it's not only Japanese. There are other places you see, including in Scandinavia, where they burn the cedar and then they tar it, and that gives it a protection against the weather, against the bugs, all that sort of good stuff. It's a cool technique. It also just really makes the wood pop. All the wood grain comes out. It makes it look kind of old school and authentic and rustic. And I just, every time I get like as soon as I get a brand new piece of wood, I just want to take a flamethrower to it and just see what it's going to look like after it's had a little fire.
I really enjoyed meeting Douglas and Sarah and learning about the inspiration for their Viking yurt. But now it's time for me to get to do a little R&R and enjoy the space. I don't think I can do it. It is bone-chillingly cold.
If I could describe the feeling in the Jarl's Yurt, in one word, it'd be hygge, which is the Scandinavian word for just comfort and coziness. We have guests that write in our book that they just feel held when they're in here. For me, I think pride when we're in here.
Yeah.
We're both pretty proud of it.